Welcome back to Tools and Track. You're finally painting.
Who wants to wipe? Who wants to get it?
You can help mix and I'll wipe.
You wipe, you go wipe. Master wiper. And I'll help mix. We're mixing primer.
Just use this same cloth, Daniel.
Yeah.
This is the same cloth. So,
Same thinners.
Yeah.
yeah. So what we're doing is an epoxy skim coat.
Well, we don't need a lot. We don't need this on thick. It's just because we've kind of got a lot of bare metal and we've got a lot of other unknown paint.
So a slight blast of epoxy and then normal primer. And we need to do these quite close because if you remember when we were doing
It was the same story.
the Supra, yes, the Supra was the same paint. Now when epoxy flashes off, you actually will have to key it if you let it properly dry.
Yeah, it just becomes like rock hard.
Yeah. So
you don't want to do that.
what we're going to do is flash on some small amount of epoxy and then blast on normal primer on top of it while it's tacky.
Yeah.
And that will give us a good coat of all-round primer with a good key to catch onto the paint and be ready for the big colour reveal.
Which I'll do tomorrow.
Which he's going to do tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve and we all have family duties, apart from him. For some reason. This is his family. Car family. What a grim existence that is.
Terrible.
I don't know. Hello. We are
Warming up the paint a wee bit
This
because
is
it's freezing out.
30% thinners, which is pretty much the maximum we can do with this, and it's still like ice cream. So, what we have done. What we've also done is seam seal the whole car, all the bits that we've taken off, and this paint unusually goes on top of seam sealer.
Yeah, you have to put this stuff on while the seam sealer still tacky.
Yeah, which is why we are racing about, not really filming much because
Yeah, because we
very
literally
narrow window.
We've got 2 hours and it literally took us what,
An hour.
an hour and a bit to do that.
Yeah.
So we kind of
So,
need to get a move on.
So I'm going to get this blasted with another coat of primer, and then if the heat's off we can just put the colour reveal on.
Colour reveal.
Ooh.
We're ready for paint.
Ready for paint. We've got one full primered engine bay. Look at how lovely and nice it is. We are now at the stage of the colour reveal.
The instructions actually seem to have kind of worked.
Aye, which is paint on top of it. Which I had my doubts about, but it's come out alright.
Yeah. It says in the kind of instructions for this that you have to paint on essentially while it's still wet.
Which we all had our reservations about. And we're still not going to even touch a finger on this because that's going to take a while to properly dry. But
Yeah, but it is what they said, so we're just going to go with it.
yeah,
Colour reveal.
colour reveal.
Right, okay.
Go on. Because obviously the Supra I did the engine bay black on, but the car's going to be dark green. So in this instance though, the whole car and the engine bay is going to be this colour. Are you ready for the wildest reveal known to man?
Ta-da! It's Fiat Blue!
The same tin of Fiat Blue. Why?
Well, we've also bought another tin as well. There's another tin of Fiat Blue. Because I just like it.
And the good thing is, if you put Scottish Power stickers on the side of the Primera, much like your van would have had in Scottish Power Blue, then it will blend in.
It's fantastic. I love it.
It's like he's wanting a fleet. Because if you open the door, right? If you open the door, it's not just the Fiat. The f***ing bike, he's got it as well. Like,
There's a theme.
why so blue?
I just like it. I just like it.
Why has everything got to be blue?
I just like it. I just like it. It's just it's a nice colour.
Yeah, but you know, you could pick a different colour.
No. The great thing is, right, see if you just paint all your cars the same colour.
Yeah,
it means it means you only ever just need to buy you just buy the one tin. It's great. It's brilliant. You go, I need to touch up. I've got like
wait, what are you doing?
I'm warming this up. If you've got a scratch, you go, all right, well wait, I'll just go get the touch up paint. Does it it doesn't matter because they're all the same.
I like how that just went ping.
Yeah.
Just to show you how cold this garage
It's
is
freezing in
for
here,
the painting activities.
It is freezing, but it needs to get done, so we just have to just do it.
Yeah. Blue.
Yeah, blue. I don't want to hear people comment, oh, why are you painting the same colour as a van? Because it's mine, okay? That's why.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with the blue little window.
Some
amount of blue. However, there's even more amount of blue here. Like that. I get it now. You really want an Impreza, you just don't want to buy one.
Don't start. It actually does look
It's very, very scarily like Impreza blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like, we'll get some of the yellow graphics up the side and nobody will ever know.
It's shockingly similar, to be honest.
But it's coming well. I mean, the coverage is quite good. There's a few tricky, hard to get bits, but this is not a one coat affair.
This is the first coat.
That is the first coat, and we're going to at least do one more, just to get bits like this. So you can see here how it's still a wee bit powdery looking.
Yeah.
It's a very thin coat just to get the first.
The problem that we had is we kind of misunderestimated how much paint we needed.
That's two batches of paint just to do that.
Yeah, so what we done was we kind of got halfway through and then realised, wait a minute, there's not enough paint.
Yeah.
So it kind of started to powder off before we could get to the
But what we'll do instead is I'm going to mix up a big cup, fill the gun and keep half a cup prepped so that we're just like,
it means we can just do one complete go over and the one go and get it all shiny. I've got like the shoots gun and there's a couple of cans under seal there, so what we're going to do is just do the usual kind of
mask up this bit here idea and then just blast the rest.
Do the kind of trouble area, which is
the whole car, frankly.
There is an arch liner that goes in here and covers the majority of it, but
belt and braces.
Yeah, the problem was where all the rust was where the arch liner didn't cover.
This is going to start snowballing quite a bit.
It's going to quite rapidly start progressing now because we've got brake lines to do, fuel lines to run, suspension to go on.
Well, all of the firewall gubbins need to go back on.
I'm literally covered in blue.
We're both covered in blue.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I just blew myself.
Everything is covered in blue.
Everything is blue. Everything is literally blue.
Yeah, it's just blue, blue, blue. But also, additionally, we have blue. These are blue. These are the front bars for holding the bumper on and stuff. We had excess paint, so
just gotta do this.
We just hung these up and then blued even more stuff.
Yeah, and I got blue spanners.
I hope you like blue.
Yeah, I've got there's plenty of it. So, but more importantly, look at this.
I know this come out really well. This is looking good. Now we just need to add an engine. What has Daniel bought today? Boop, boop, boop.
200 ZX pistons.
So they've arrived.
They have arrived, and they're actually in.
I was going to say, did you buy new ones?
No, they are not.
That's wild. Used 300 ZX, and these are twin turbo ones.
Yeah.
So you think at least a bit of carbon.
No, they're absolutely. Man, the guy must have had a really good part washer.
Maybe they're new.
It's a bit of a difference in rod length in it. Whoa.
Yeah. Chuck them in, stroker. Let it bang off the head, work its own way out.
The thing is, people say these rods are like unbelievably strong, right?
They don't look that much different.
If anything, the Pulsar rods actually look.
Well, they've got a short length, the same amount of meat. This is the happiest the happiest I've seen him with a purchase. Look at his happy face.
Happy face.
That's as happy as it gets.
What we do need to do is do some measurements though, don't we, just to confirm what we thought.
Yeah. So as you can see, the O block is now being removed because whatever we do, that O block has had it.
Yeah.
So it will need substantial rework. So
Yeah, we tried. We gave it a quick run through with the hone just to see how bad it actually was. And to be fair, it has cleaned up a lot, but
Let me get the torch.
Still there.
Yes, it does look a lot more honed, but it also looks still just as pumped.
A lot of them look a lot better, to be fair. The ones with the really small scratches have come up quite good, but that one's still a no-go. So, but it looks like we might get away with 86.5 on this block if we use it, which we are probably going to use it in the future because it's a Nissan and we'll need extra blocks. So, engine storage 101.
Putting a bit of grease.
If you're going to leave an engine sitting open for a while, put grease on the cylinders because you'll thank yourself for it.
And a first for Tools and Track. Here's the race van getting used as a van. Doesn't happen often. One unobtainium SR20.
Pulsar block that's been machined to 87mm already.
Like, as luck goes, that's pretty.
But
Yeah, I can see brown.
it was stored really well.
Browning.
We'll need to try going up, see if it comes up okay.
Yeah.
Also a pulsar head.
Pulsar head as well. And pulsar throttle bodies.
And pulsar throttle bodies.
As Daniel has said, 87mm overbore in this, so it wasn't a tremendous amount of money either. That's really
No.
the key.
I basically paid what
The fee to do the boring on this engine was what this block cost.
was more than this block.
Yeah, so it's we've won a watch really. The only issue is it's not been stored very well. As you can see, there's a bit of corrosion, just flash off rust in the bores. But as you'll know, well, as you may not, you can't have any of that. That's just going to kill the piston rings. They're not going to enjoy it. It's going to clog up. Oil won't be happy with it. It needs to go. So we're going to give that a quick hone, see if we can get it to clean up, and then we're really just going to look to see what we're going to do, because up until this point there's been 17 different plans for how this engine's getting resolved, and now I'm just so happy. I just really like it. I just really like it that we've got one and a decision's been made. So now that we've got a decision, it was pretty, to be fair though, it was like there's an engine, go act. Just to get it. So now we need to actually think, right, we have it, what's going to be the plan?
We've now got various combos that we can make with all the bits we've got.
Cleaner block. So we have taken the rust out as best we can. It's probably not greatly evident, but it's a lot better. Unfortunately, whilst we have managed to get most of the rust off, A, it's going to need a hone.
Yeah.
Because B, we're going to have to go to a machine shop anyway to deal with that.
I'm not happy with that.
The reason being, as Daniel has rightly pointed out, we are going to be putting a multi-layered steel gasket on this rather than the usual impregnate steel and whatever the hell
Kind
else.
of graphite stuff.
Yeah, and those take up a lot more sins than an MLS will.
Yeah, they're fine. You can get away this. What you can get away with on them is actually quite amazing, to be honest.
And if you look at this, I don't know, no, this one
That was a
an
metal
MLS,
gasket as well.
But you'll always see there'll be a mad cross-hatching stain with the old style gaskets, and that kind of helps. The cross-hatching, as you can probably imagine, will take up a lot of sins, but this, I don't think we're really happy
No,
with
there's
that.
no way that's gonna. Like, that one's not really near, it's not passing through anything, but this one here is right on the edge of where you want to see a
It's
cylinder.
not great.
So
And we've had a look, and there's a couple of other wee bits. There's a wee pickup just there, which we're not really happy with, and it just needs a wee dig.
Yeah, because I mean that one had a metal head gasket, but that one is. I can't even remember if that was even. I think that's still the original deck height on that one.
But we're on to a winner because this is obviously bored out, and there's a lot of work borne out.
Yeah, and we've checked with.
Pistons,
Well,
eh?
we've not measured yet. We'll need to measure it, but we've checked.
It's definitely
87mm. So all we need to do is we'll take 4 of those Z32 pistons. And they'll go with this block.
We're now going to talk about cylinder heads. Now, this
Yes.
is the head from the original engine. As you can see, it has hydraulic lifters. So, similar to the MX-5 idea, there's hydraulic lifters under here, which take up the lash on that, and then that kind of fork gets actuated by the cam and opens these two valves here. Same on the other side. Thoughts?
This is the later kind of SR20 style head. This is the low port, they call it. So the inlet ports are moved much lower than the original heads. There is an argument between these because a lot of people have said out the box these actually flow quite well, but if you're going to modify them, the high port ones are better. But the key thing with this one is this has got hydraulic lifters, but it's got a roller rocker. So it reduces friction and obviously means that you can get...
That's the wee roller boy in there.
Yeah, but because of the roller rocker, the camshafts are also quite a bit more aggressive. And the thing you need to remember as well is these are NA GT cams, which were slightly more aggressive than even standard roller rocker camshafts. So it's quite good. It's a good head. We can just clean this up and just put it on the engine and run it. And we know that we've got everything because we took everything off.
So plan B is also in the back of the van. Let's do it side by side. That is the Pulsar head.
That's a Pulsar GTIR head.
Okay, noticed by throttle bodies.
Yes, individual throttle bodies, standard.
Compare the intake there to the intake there.
Yes,
That's
quite a
a bit straighter, a bit better. You would think a bit better, but apparently not.
There's well, I think standard form there's not much of a difference. But key thing with these is solid lifters, which are actually encapsulated.
Yeah, you can
so
see
the
the
spring
spring
clips
clips
that
holding
hold
them.
them on. So this really solves all the SR20 woes of, you know, spitting rockers out and blowing them up. Obviously, you get the benefit of individual throttle bodies, but also if you look at the head design on these.
You tip that round and I'll introduce you to the newest member of Tools and Track. Welcome to TurboCat. We appear to have a stray that's now just part of the unit. This is TurboCat.
Okay.
It's basically a dog, but with a cat's body on it. Me.
Nissan, when they designed this head, were obviously thinking quite a lot about rallying and motorsport.
Yes.
How much power can we get from these? Because if you look at that,
Yeah, that's a slingshot straight into the
that
top.
is a very race-like port design. It's going to need, obviously, it's probably going to need valve guides. It's probably going to need stem seals. It's going to need, obviously, stripped, cleaned, all put back together, valves lapped in. This, whatever this manky kind of stuff is going to all need cleaned off. So there's quite a bit of work involved in this.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, but we're going to have to come up with a bit of compromise because this one, basically what we do is
It's plug and play.
yeah, it's basically plug and play. Like when this was originally built, everything was done on this head. It's fine. It's good to go. It can just go back in.
Start that up, fire it in, make an engine work. But the long term is we use this with that old block.
Yes.
Bored out 87 and make something a bit fruity.
Well, we might be able to get away with 86.5.
Well, we're gonna see, but we've got
We're
time.
gonna see.
We've got the benefit of time now.
This is probably. I think what the kind of aim here is what we do is we build this guy up with the Z32 pistons, the GT head with the roller rockers and stuff like that. Keep it at like 7.2. Don't rev it any higher than that, just to stop. things flying out.
nice, sensible 300 to 350 brake.
Yes, and that'll be street usable, pretty reliable because we've got good pistons, we've got rods coming, blah blah blah, all the good stuff. So
That will be the long term.
that's going to be the long term. So I think what we're going to do with this one is go a bit extreme.
Yeah, so we're going to be a full bifter build on this, similar to the MX-5 one. That, however, will do the quick run on and get the Primera running with it.
Yeah, all the fabrication that we done on the Primera originally before this engine came out was done with this head.
Yeah, and that will come in important later. We'll cover that as to why that's a thing, because there's basically no rubber lines.
Big time saving thing.
Yeah.
GT head, Pulsar block, Z32 pistons, forged rods, and all the good fasteners and stuff.
So, as you can see, we now have a game plan. That is a big step when we're, let's face it, 4 episodes in the Primera. So, in the next episodes, hopefully we'll have something ready and built, and then following that, we can actually start throwing engines in and actually getting a car out of this man's garage. So, if you like what you see and you're at Primeras, God help you, but like, bell and subscribe. There's got to be something that's got of benefit to us doing this. If you like to support a bit more than that, patreon.com/toolsandtrack. And until next weekend, guys, drive safe.